All right. I'm going to share it in the support group. You going to open up a watch party?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Hey, everybody. If you're on the outside of this live, come on in. This is tonight's edition of Sunday Live. Let's talk autism. Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay. Let's see. Okay, give us just a second. I'm posting in the
Hey, Charles.
Mr. Charles.
Hey, Joy and Elvira.
Okay.
Hey, Pam.
Hey, Pam. Mr. Charles. Hey, Sonia. Well, welcome everybody to tonight's edition of Sunday Live. Let's talk autism. Open discussion. It's all about parents helping parents. So if you are new to our Sunday Lives, we do this every Sunday at the same time. You can throw your questions in the chat area. And if you see a question in the chat area and you're able to help out, feel free to chime in. Uh, I'm Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment that we call Autism and Us.
DeAndre's home.
It's on you, Linda.
um, what happened?
Your
You see
intro.
that? I I did. You didn't hear me introduce myself? Yeah, I said I'm Linda. I'm the other admin. It was probably right when that happened.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
because this sure
it's
didn't come
probably.
through.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay. For those who didn't hear me, I'm Linda. I'm the other admin. It was probably right at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, and
Hmm.
DeAndre is in the background jumping
Yeah.
and oh my goodness. Hey, Victoria RS, Pammy, Hannah. So we have the broadcast on both the YouTube and Facebook. Of course, we have very low members on the YouTube, but it is there. And everyone is welcome to chime in. So, let's see who else. Mm. Hi, David. Greetings. Oh, we have a YouTuber. New parent with a little one. Well, welcome. This is our open discussion where anything autism goes. So if you have a question, a suggestion, if you can help out in the chat area. Well, I don't know if YouTube they're able to see the chat area over here, but if you hear a question and you can help, feel
Hey,
free
Mark.
to chime in. Hey,
Hey, Steve.
Lorianda. I don't see Mark. He must be in the watch party. Hey,
Yeah.
Mark.
Hmm.
And Sonia says, how should I find out what she likes? She won't try anything but her phone. Okay, I must have missed the first part. Oh, okay. So, Sonia, you saying she doesn't want to play with anything but her phone, tablet, computer, something like that? Hey, Alex. David, if you want to join us, we are on Facebook. Just look up Autism and Us. That's our Facebook page. But you're fine because we read off the questions.
Okay.
So Victoria says, I take phones and tablets away, and yes, I know it's very hard. Oh, she's always in her tablet or phone. Hey, Roxy. Okay, and she
Hey,
just wants,
Roxy.
she doesn't like, how old is she, Sonia? Okay.
Um, Gloria. Gloria asks, what has actually worked for any of you to get your child to try different foods? Our son only eats chicken nuggets from Burger King for his only protein source. Um, Gloria, how old is your son? Hey, Angela. Hey, Lynn.
And Hannah says, my eldest daughter would live on her phone if I let her. The funny thing is, I think that's the majority of our kids. My son has to, if we are going out of the door, he has to take his tablet no matter where it is. If he's getting in the car, the tablet has to go, or he has a fit. Does oh, she's 9. Does she like dolls or anything, or no? Just the phone.
Oh, and Gloria says he's 5. I think that's a vital time to take him or ask his pediatrician. I talked to my daughter's pediatrician. She is 14, and they sent us to speech pathologists. And they talked about the difference between problem eating and picky eating. And they showed techniques about how to get your child to eat new foods and tolerate new foods and be able to eat new foods. Speech pathologists will help. So speech therapy can help in the clinic setting, or in the clinic setting, not at school. And then ABA can also help with feeding therapy. So you can talk to the pediatrician about ordering some type of feeding therapy if that's what's needed. But you want to increase food choices, especially if that's his last or only protein source. I'd probably talk to his pediatrician about that.
She's 9 and she doesn't like to play with anything. Mm. Probably, maybe, I don't want to sound cruel, but maybe hide it from her and offer her something else as a replacement for a minute. Like maybe take the phone and try another toy or something, and then give the phone back, take it away, you know, a swap kind of thing. I know sometimes, like with my son's video games, and I've said it before, I have to hide his controller, especially if he gets really, really happy. Now tonight, I'm letting him go for it. I'm just letting him play. He's in the room jumping around. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but when he gets excited on that game, he starts jumping and stomping on the floor, crashing his cars in the walls. I don't know what the thrill of all that is, but sometimes I just have to hide his controller up in the closet. Oh, here's one from Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy. Yeah, in regards to food with Jaylene, I tried Okay, yeah. So Gloria can't see with this one. So in the main group, she says, in regards to food with Jaylene, I try decorating her plate. Like with fruits, I make it into a happy face. Like I'll use grapes for eyes and strawberry for the nose. So like trying to make it fun. Yeah, that's a good idea. What I'm working with Emily too to try to try new foods. Like I want her to try some different types of cereals, maybe some more healthier ones. Even though Cheerios isn't the best, but it's branching out and trying some things that she doesn't like. Even though it's not the healthiest way to try it, I'm trying to make it trying to make her be able to tolerate things. Like I got her to eat a granola bar the other day, and she liked it. A Nature Valley one. Like we used to tell you how to make certain things out of the healthier cereals that they would eat. So Cheerios, I found out some recipes with the marshmallows, like making Rice Krispie treats, but using the Cheerios with that instead. So having her help me make that, I think I might be able to get her to be able to eat Cheerios, even though she thinks she won't like them. So just little different things like that, just to get her to branch out and then see that there are things out there that she thinks she doesn't like that she probably will like. Um, so I don't know. Emily used to only really like chicken nuggets too. We did get her to eat chicken breast though, and so that is one of the things that she will eat is chicken breast. She's very finicky. I don't want to say finicky because that's probably not the word, but she's very selective, or it's very her list of textures that she can handle as far as meats are very few.
Welcome, Natasha. Um, just this is our Sunday live open discussion where anything autism goes. So feel free to chime in the chat area. It's all about parents helping parents. So if you see a question, you have any suggestions, feel free.
And
And Hannah says, do you think ABA works? I don't agree with it myself with my two autistic children. I have had absolutely no problem with ABA myself. My son has actually progressed. Um, he's doing things that, normally he wouldn't do. He's talking more. Um, his bathroom issues haven't ceased, but he's learning a little more. He's becoming a little more independent. But it's worked out for me, so I love it. I love it. I have nothing bad to say about ABA therapy, and he has a great BT, so that's important too. If you get a good match.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. As long as you have a good match, a good company that you're paired with, it works very well. Okay, I've noticed that when we're with a good company and we have a good match, we work very well. Not that we've ever had ABA services and have had the services go wrong as far as ABA being implemented and having it go wrong. We've just had ABA therapists maybe just frequently changing or not being reliable in that sense, but not practicing ABA in a way that wasn't agreeable. Yes, I agree with ABA, and for example, so Emily recently started back up with ABA, and one of my sons lives out of the home, and he came back today and he said that he noticed a few different things in Emily already with answering questions and some of the things that she was talking about. And I mean, and the things that he was talking about that he noticed a difference with Emily was some of the stuff that she had worked on with the behavior tech just during the last two visits. So yeah, I noticed a great change. Yeah, I think it just all automatically. It just they really were careful about who they matched Emily with, because that's vital. Who you really pair together. You can't just throw two, individuals. The tech and the kid together. It has to, they have to, be able to work together.
And David also adds, my son has 40 hours of ABA, so he gets it all week, and it's been incredibly helpful for him. Thank you for
Um,
your input, David. And once again, welcome, David. Welcome.
um, and Gloria, sorry, Roxy went on to say, with Raymond, it's harder because he's older. I have to take away his tablet and tell him if he wants it back, he has to take at least 3 bites of whatever it is that we're eating. And then I have one more. It says, hi, my 3-year-old has autism, and I just found out that my son with autism gonna be starting when he turns 4 in March. What can I do to get him kind of ready for this? Because I think it's going to be hard since he doesn't understand. I don't know if I understood that.
So yeah, say that again. Is that
Uh,
on in the watch party?
yeah.
Oh, it's in the watch party. Okay. Charles says, thinking back to my childhood, I think one thing that helped with my picky eating was simply the fact that my mom made such a variety of foods. By just the law of averages, that increased the number of different foods that I would eat. And she remembered that there were some foods that I really liked. For example, her chicken and biscuit gravy. Biscuits gravy. Oh, yeah, that sounds good too. Oh, and uh, Roxy says, I agree with ABA. Jalen is in ABA classroom in school, plus she has 3 hours a week outside of school as well, and it has been amazing. She's learned to do things I thought she wouldn't do anytime soon. That's awesome.
Gloria says, he's tried feeding therapy for 2 years. If we are eating anything, he will not let us touch him or come near him until we've washed our hands. So that's kind of how Emily is. If we are eating anything, or if she was at the table and we come to the table with our food, she will grab her food and she'll have to leave, or she will grab her stuff and whether she takes her food or not, she'll have to leave. I was reading about sensory processing disorder today, and the gagging and the getting nauseous or not being able to think about the textures or tolerate the textures without getting sick is closely associated with the sensory processing disorder. So it might be that he just can't tolerate the food, not tolerating them digestively, but not tolerating them at all. So it might just be an issue that he can't get past that part. And I was wondering that with her too, where it just might be something that he can't do. I mean, it might take a lot more than feeding therapy, or it might take something a lot more intensive.
And David says, does anyone have any experience with hyperlexia side by side with autism? Anyone familiar with that?
Oh, and Sheila says, any tips on getting my 3.5-year-old daughter to play with other children? As you know, I run an in-home daycare and my daughter will not play with any other kids. I'm grateful for times that she doesn't tackle kids and take their toys, but I'd love if she'd share and play with them. Anybody have suggestions with that? Oriander says, Orianda says, I had my son's tablet and Nintendo games and offer other activities. I will play with him. Gloria says, oh, smart, a protein bar or something. He hates chocolate, but maybe I could find something like that. That's I was one day I was eating a chocolate protein bar in the morning. I was on the way to the gym and I was taking Emily to school, and she was in the front seat, and I turned over like because I felt her looking at me, but it was an all chocolate protein bar. It looked like a candy bar, and I looked at her and I was like, "You want some?" She was yes, and she took a bite of it, and she took a couple chews, and I was like, "Oh, she might like the protein bar." I didn't want to, make a big deal. She chewed it a couple of times, and then she took the clump out and put it down into my cup holder. So she didn't like it then, but she did like the chocolate peanut butter one. So and she I got her to eat the other day maybe a third of that bar. So you never know. I don't really like the peanut butter chocolate ones. So you never know what they may or may not like. But it was a protein bar.
Okay, and Lorienda says she's not familiar. I'm not familiar with that. You know anything about hyperlexia, Linda?
No,
No.
I
David,
mean maybe it says
can,
what it or what they say what it is. Maybe I just don't know by the name.
David, can you explain exactly what that is? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. Yeah, Lorienda asks too. Hyperlexia. I'm gonna have to put that in my notes. That's like the opposite of dyslexia, or
You're welcome, Gloria. Usually it's texture, sensory. Yeah.
and Mark
Um,
says we sit down with my son and try new foods as a family, so he would see us eating the same food. Okay. Is he picky, Mark, or he eats just about everything you guys eat? Lorienda, he is too happy. He gets excited, especially when he's racing. His adrenal it's a adrenaline rush for him.
oh, what Michelle meant was she meant how to prepare him for school. He's getting ready to start school. Gloria. Um, what is that? Gloria, does he eat any sources of you said that's his only source of uh protein. What's the other types of foods he eats?
And David, while we're waiting on her, says hyperlexia is the ability to read and has the obsession with letters, words, and numbers. Ah, okay.
Oh,
Now
okay.
my son has an obsession with numbers and colors,
Oh,
but I don't know if that would be
oh,
classified.
okay. So I wonder if hyperlexia, I don't know if it comes with this part too, but there's one that I don't know if this is part of it, but there was one kid I seen with autism. I don't know if it's a documentary or if it's on YouTube or whatever. But he wrote all the time, and he wrote words, numbers, everything. He always had this notebook. And his mom had to tell him, "You have to put it away now because you have to eat." But I don't know if he wrote all the time because he liked the words, or if it was the writing itself. So that actually might be hyperlexia, unless it was that it was writing that he liked. But it could
Okay.
have been he was writing the words. So I don't know. But I have heard of things like with like you said with numbers, and then
Mm.
they have it like certain things like dates.
He says, my son, who's 4, reads at a third grade level and taught himself to read around 2.5. Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
That is awesome. But thank you, David, because you taught me something new.
Hmm.
You really did. Thank you. I appreciate that. Wow, but
that's
that's
really neat.
awesome. That's
Hmm.
awesome. He taught himself to read.
Gloria asked, "What's the difference between ABA and CBT?"
CBT, I haven't
Yeah,
heard of
I don't know what CBT is either. I don't think I've heard of that. I mean, I haven't heard of that.
it. That's
Tiffany,
another behavior therapy.
I don't
Something.
know. What's the acronym stand for, Gloria? Tiffany says, I want to try starting my son with ABA therapy, but we're on waiting list. They say it can be at least a year. And how old is he, Tiffany? My son has an obsession to letters and numbers. So that's like almost the
Yeah,
same thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Hyperlexia.
My son, he's like that with numbers or colors. Can't take him to the grocery store because if you go down the row like the cereal
Right.
aisle, he will stand there, red, yellow. Oh Lord! And you have to say, "Come on, DeAndre, come on." Anytime you see and police car lights. Oh, he says there's three types of hyperlexia. Okay,
Is he
right
in
there.
your watch party?
He's in YouTube. I got it playing on
Oh,
you.
that's why I can't see. Okay, okay.
Are you in the stream? Are you in the stream yard? Or are you on the
No,
outside?
no, yeah, I'm on StreamYard. Uh,
Can you see the chat?
yeah, I can see all the names in there. Why? Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
Hmm. So he says it's three types of hyperlexia. That is very interesting. So I am definitely looking that up. I learned something new tonight. See, that's
Hmm.
what it's all about. Parents helping parents. I love it. Natasha says my son puts everything in his mouth. Is there something that I can help him with that? Is that uh uh which what's that word? Is it pica?
Oh, Pika, I think.
Pica?
I
Is
think. I
that
don't know. I always thought it was Pika. Maybe, maybe I'm saying. I don't know. I never. I don't. I think I heard it say Pika, but maybe I'm just thinking it. I don't know.
okay?
Pika is when they eat, when they consume it, though.
Oh, okay. He just likes to put
Hmm.
things in his mouth. Um, I've seen a lot of parents talk about chew toys. Didn't you mention something like that last time, Linda? Some type of
Oh,
chew.
the kid. They want to get his fingers out of his mouth, so
Oh,
we said chew
okay,
toy.
okay. Mark says he can be picky, but will try new food, but it changes. He will go 1 week, it's the same food, or he will change its mix. We go shopping and buy things, and it's there. Oh wow, okay.
I don't know if Roxy is still here. If you are, Roxy, maybe you can help with this. As far as trying new foods,
Oh,
excuse me, what if they won't take a bite even if it's off of your plate and not their own? Um,
okay,
uh, my son has an obsession with history of World War One and Two.
okay,
My son would write letters and numbers and dates and clocks. Okay, so Gloria's son eats fruits, apples, bananas, applesauce, and oranges. Other than that, French fries, chips, crackers, veggie straws, and that's about it. That's good. He eats fruits still, apples, bananas, applesauce. You can kind of sneak some things in there. Does he drink juices?
thank you
You know,
guys. Oh, go ahead.
now they have. It might be kind of hard to sneak this to him, but if he drinks juices, you might be able to mix it and gradually increase until he's drinking more of it. They have the protein waters now, and they're not bad. I mean, So the protein waters, they're just like the protein shakes, but they're waters. And if you gradually increase the amount of protein water, he would be getting his, I don't know if it's 20 grams of protein per bottle.
Thank you guys for explaining uh, pica, pica again a little better. Thank you. I appreciate that. We tried the Lego chew toy, but he lost interest. What is a chew
Oh,
type?
cognitive behavior therapy, CBT.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's similar. You have cognitive.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were talking about that in Emily in our last parent end of the ABA.
Hmm.
And it's cognitive. Yeah, it was basically the same thing, but they said why it was different was because it wasn't recording the data. So it's called ABA because the analysis,
Mm, okay.
but not cognitive because cognitive is in your head and not something that you can see. So that's why it's not called cognitive. We're going on everything you can see.
You are who's a truly unique, interesting person. And what is a chew type? I don't know what that is. Someone said chew type. I can't believe that my son is a junior in high school. We have ordered his class ring. All right. All
Uh,
right. It's awesome.
Gloria says, I'm thinking our son's food aversion is psychological and sensory. He did a lot of stuffing, choking as a toddler. Did he eat more foods before than he does now? And I'll say that Emily used to eat everything except for sweet potatoes. She liked everything. When she was an infant, she had a lot of regurgitating her food a lot, her milk, and then her baby food, things like that. Um, to me, I'm not sure if it is, but it does look like it's something like the older she got, it looked like it was, which I read about too. It looks like it's sensory, but it also looked like it was psychological or sensory related dysphagia, which has to do with gagging and the getting anxious or getting nervous and not being able to swallow. And I don't know if it's tied with the textures and then not being able to swallow. So if you look up dysphagia, there's a lot of information on that, and it can be tied to getting nervous, and then I don't know if it's the textures that are going to cause that, and then it gets worse. And we talked about that on here before, but that's kind of like right there related with the sensory and then psychological as well, and that's worth talking to your doctor about as well, because it could be any of those things or a combination of them.
And Roxy says, in regards to food, maybe try foods that are your child's favorite color or shape. Yeah, isn't that exciting? My son's on his way to high school, so yeah, that's beautiful. Ralph is watching you, and he said, "What's your name?" I told him. He says, "Hi, Nita. Hi, Linda." Silly guy. Hi, Ralph.
Hi, Ralph. I was just about to mention Ralph, Pam, because it was you and me who were talking about this. Yeah, because it's tied closely with anxiety. And think about it, they're trying a new food and they get anxious and they get nervous, and that's the first thing that's going to happen. Hey, Ralph. Yeah, I was telling Lorianda that right there. And that's funny. Ralph's funny. um, um, my daughter, Arisha, is in ABA to tweak her scripting. She will watch math videos all day if I let her.
Okay. She's fascinated with numbers too.
Hmm. Right here. My son will be 12 next month. He's getting worse with his meltdowns. He throws his game controllers, screams, pulls his hair, and he sometimes bangs his head.
He's not getting any therapy.
Tiffany, he doesn't have any. He doesn't get any therapy or. Oh no, that's where she says I want to try starting ABA
Oh,
with him, but
okay.
it's a year waiting list. That was her. His
Wow.
child. Hmm.
That
What
long.
state is that? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Gloria, they sell them at Target. I've seen them there. They sell them on Amazon also, the protein waters. And like I said, if you taste it, you'll know what they weren't bad to me. If you taste them, then you'll know. And I think they even come in packets that you can put into water. But if you taste the waters and you know what he can or cannot or won't like, um, so taste it for yourself and then gauge what to do from there.
Welcome, Dee Dee. If you've never been here before, this is our Sunday Live Let's Talk Autism session. Open discussion where anything autism goes. So if you have a question or suggestion, feel free to chime in. If you see a question you can help with, chime in. It's all about parents helping parents. Welcome. Hormones kicking in. He is frustrated. Oh, yeah.
Who said that?
Lorienda.
Raymond started high school, but of course he has learned the bad from the other kid, like he's cursing a lot and oh,
Mhm. Fine. Oh.
my son is 15 and wants to learn how to drive. Need help talking to him about it. Uh, what did you do with that, Dinah? Hi, Dinah. How did you handle the driving situation, or do you let him drive? Okay. Oh, so Gloria, yeah. So it's the same thing. And that's why I said probably talk to his pediatrician. Oh, but you did, and you did the feeding therapy. Like with Emily, we just lost several foods. She's trying to try new foods right now because I could tell she's just so tired of what she's eating. Yeah, yeah, she would eat everything just like that.
Dee Dee says both my kiddos are autistic with ADHD. My son has Tourette's, and my daughter has ataxic cerebral palsy. My son is 14. My daughter is 4. I do therapy myself at home, and I'm homeschooling them next school year. I have to take their school and therapies in my own hands. I have to. Well, yes, of course, as a parent, we all must do our part for our babies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Pam, does Ralph get those bumps on his face or just in his hair? Hi, Emily.
What were you talking about, Emily?
RS says, Emily says hi.
Oh, I was like, there's someone behind me. I was like, I hope there's someone behind me. You scared me. Because I never sit over here either, and it goes out to the garage and stuff right back there.
Sometimes individual autism has gastrointestinal issues too. They can't really tell us. So that affect their eating as well. Okay. Maybe certain foods feel better on the tummy. Yeah, they may not be able to tolerate certain things.
Hmm. That's what I wondered too. And they might be just specifying like last time I ate that, and the last time and the other time, and I think they might just be narrowing things down that I don't like when I eat that.
And Dee Dee Victoria, she's the admin over at our Autism and Us Homeschool support group. Make sure you join over there if you're thinking about starting, even if you've already started. Resources, support, and encouragement. Be sure to check it out. Victoria is the admin.
Um, Alexis asks, "Are all autistic kids violent, or is it just my 4-year-old?"
No, all autistic kids aren't violent. They're all different. Now, some
It's
may
a whole
be more
spectrum.
aggressive. You have the aggressive ones, and then you have the ones that are sometimes aggressive, and then you have the violent ones. So it's a mixture.
Hi, Emily.
Yeah. Dee Dee says the school system just can't do it. Wow. They are not equipped to handle what my kids need. Okay. School system in Volusia County, Florida is horrible. Yes, ma'am. Victoria, I will do that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Schools, this is not the first time we've heard of horrible school systems, but you're doing the right thing, taking it, you know, into your own hands. That's wonderful.
Hey, Chris. Chris says, "Evening, ladies." Nita.
Oh, hey, Chris. How are you?
And Dinah's over here as well.
Hey, Dinah. David says, can she explain what violence is in her experience with her son? Now, is she saying her son is violent, or is she just asking a general
Uh,
question?
she said, as her 4-year-old. Where did she go? Alexis, did you hear that? Somebody asked, could you explain that?
David asks.
Yeah, David on YouTube asked if you could be more clear on that, where you said autistic kids violent, or is it just my 4-year-old? He wants to know about what you mean about your 4-year-old being violent. If you could clarify. Uh, yeah, Gloria, that would be worth something to bring up to the psychologists too, because they go about that two different ways. They go through ear, nose, and throat for dysphagia, but they also can. Well, he's kind of young to control it through the psychologist, but they also would treat it through ear, nose, and throat physically.
Hey, Emily. She's enjoying her fame
Well, what's going on? Where is she? On this main one?
on the main one, RS.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Emily.
Uh, Roxy says, "Oh my God, I so freaked out 2 days ago because Raymond saw my older daughter driving. So I asked him if he wanted to learn, and he said yes. So I sat him on my lap, and the first thing he did was put his foot on the gas pedal. Thank God the car was in park, but afterwards he followed my instructions, but I always kept my hands on his. Honey, let me tell you, I am scared to death of my child getting a hold of my keys. I commend you guys because I have this picture because you got well most of you know he likes racing, race cars, engine sounds. I have this picture in my head that I'll be asleep one day and he'll come in the room and grab my keys off the dresser and get in the car and take off. Oh my God. That's awesome if he's ready to drive. Hi, Dinah. Victoria
Oh my
says
goodness.
hi. Hello.
Uh, Alexis says, I don't know much about autism. I'm still learning because she is my first with autism. So is it all autistic kids or is it just mine that goes through violent stages? Um, and let me get to the bottom. Okay, she said, okay, because when I asked about it, they said it was normal. I don't think to say that it's abnormal, but to say that it's all would be wrong because there's not an all. But to say that it's on the spectrum and that it's abnormal for an autistic child to act that way would be an incorrect statement as well. Oh, North Carolina is the one who has a year waiting list for the ABA.
Who has it?
North Carolina, and I've said this about them before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He is very violent. She. Okay. So wait, I don't know if she has a boy or a girl because I hear he and then I hear she. Oh, so she must have two kids. She might have been the one who said that. So he is very violent. She has choked me and bites me. When she gets angry, don't know what is going to happen. She busted her sister's mouth open.
Wow. Is that the 4-year-old?
I don't know. That's what I'm going back up to check to see if she's the one. But I don't know if she's that one. Yeah, she's the one with the 4-year-old, but I don't remember if both of her kids are the boy and the girl are little. Because I don't remember her being here that early.
And
No.
Dee Dee says, my son is the sweetest kid ever, but my daughter has her moments where she can lose complete control.
Oh, okay. So there's just one, I guess, because she said she is very violent. She has choked me.
Oh, just the 4-year-old?
Yeah, I think it's just the girl. Yeah.
Wow. So I don't know if David's still here, but she's saying her 4-year-old. Say that one more time, Linda.
Um. Okay. So she is very violent. She has choked me. She bites me. She has choked me and bites. And when she gets angry, don't know what is going to happen. She busts her sister's mouth open. Right here. Yeah. Uh, Gloria says, my son is not violent. This is somebody else. Gloria, he's one with the feeding. My son is not violent. He's extra emotional. He throws toys when he's really upset, but never at anybody.
Oh yes, Lorienda. He goes all the time. And he loves them. His I don't take him, but his dad takes him on those go karts, and he loves them. Race car.
You guys should have never let him behind any wheels and just like,
Right.
no, you can never drive because now he has that false illusion.
A car. Ooh. Yeah. As the saying goes, once you've met a child with autism, congratulations, you met a child. Yep. That is
Yeah.
so true.
Yep.
That is so true. They're all different.
And the spectrum is so broad. I mean, it's just like I said, to say that something like to say that there was that a kid isn't would be wrong, and to say that every kid is also wrong. So you could say, yeah, it would be normal because, yeah, there's kids on the spectrum that, yeah, it could be normal. He Tiffany says he also just started middle school. He is really having a hard time. He's failing math and science, and they've always been his favorite subjects. I don't feel like his teachers are helping him enough. They never communicate with me. This is the 12-year-old who is throwing the controller and having meltdowns. And Dinah says, "Hi, Emily."
So David says, that's wild to hear that a 4-year-old's grip isn't even large enough to choke an adult.
That's what I
Another
thought.
child, right? Another child, maybe, but I have only seen that behavior in children who have witnessed violence. Okay. So you're saying maybe if, I'm not saying her, but if the child's around a violent environment, then that would be a tendency for her to choke or punch
Or
like that.
perhaps in it, or perhaps seen it on TV, or perhaps seen kids playing, or
Oh
somebody
yeah,
said, I mean, it could have came from, yeah.
yeah. So David, what would you think? What would you suggest? Would you have a suggestion for her of the type of therapy? Yeah, me too. I am sorry to hear that too. Oh wow, Didi, your child too? My daughter does this too. She's also 4 years old. Wow. She has left marks, bites, kicks, punches. It's hard, but we get through it. Okay. And you're doing your own home therapy with your daughter.
Um,
Wait, I gotta get my little snack. I'll be right back.
I was rear-ended in my truck on Friday. My son was not with me at the time, but I am sore, and he always wants to be all over me. It's hard. I am his only care person. His dad is in home, but I am main care provider. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Uh, I hope you get feeling better sooner than later. Yeah, that was Friday. That was what, 2 days ago. Yeah, I hope you get feeling better. I'm glad you're okay. I mean, you're hurting, but I'm glad you're okay. Like I said, I hope you get feeling better for both of you guys.
I haven't experienced anything. Okay.
Chris Mills says she was rear-ended in an accident
Mm-hmm.
on Friday. And she says, my son was not with me at the time, but I'm sore. He always wants to be all over me. It's hard. I am his only care person. His dad isn't in home, but I am his main care provider. So hopefully, I said, hopefully she gets feeling better soon.
Oh yeah. I hope so too.
Uh,
Yeah, you
uh,
definitely. I don't remember which one said the school's not doing anything. If they don't communicate with you, you have to make it a point to go up there and communicate with them. Force them to
yeah.
communicate. Don't just
Mm-hmm,
sit back. I'm sure, I'm not saying you are, but
mm-hmm,
um, speak up.
yeah.
Speak up. Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
You'll never get this time back. You got to be heard.
Hmm.
Child's advocate. Um, Goddess Mother of Orisha says, this is so great, God. I get sick and tired of trying to explain to outsiders of the spectrum. Yes, it gets tiring.
Dee Dee says they just can't express themselves the way we do or can. It's hard, but the kids do not necessarily view violence. They get frustrated and they do not know. And that's true. Frustration can kick in, and yeah. And David says, I do think that those parents who do not use outside help are going to experience a power struggle with their children eventually if they aren't exposed to outside therapy environments and adults who cut off right there.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh, I can see it. Okay, now I can see it.
You see it now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
have to be.
noticed that you were doing that, but now I know. Yeah,
Okay.
I do think that's
Good
true.
night, Leslie. Thank you for chiming in, and I
Good
hope
night,
you feel
Leslie.
better. And Lorienda says, sorry about your car accident, sending prayers and comfort. Pam says, I have many scars from Ralph. He has calmed a lot. Having Will here has helped. Okay. That was the rest of it. Are in an authoritative position. Okay.
My son was like that when he was younger. He's controlling a little bit better. I have to make him breathe and try to calm himself down. Uh, Alexa says, can I message one of you guys to learn more about autism because it's so hard understanding how she is feeling and what is going on inside. Uh, Alexis, you can feel free to message me if you like. Um, I was in an abusive relationship and left for dead. That's Alexis as well. I
Alexa.
think, yeah, Alexis says that. In the same, yeah. Um, I think Gloria says, I think that's why it's so hard to find the right therapies for our children because they all are so different and have different needs, respond to different things. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. That is
Um,
true.
exactly. Um, that's like somebody in here had said, she said that her daughter ate everything, and what she had to do was she had to control her diet the opposite way because she would eat everything, and it was almost like a stimulation where she enjoyed eating, where she was overeating. Whereas me and Gloria and a few of us, of course, and the majority of people on the spectrum are, picky eaters, are having problems eating.
Wow.
And Gloria, so this week, so Emily had dental work done. I guess I could share it with everyone. So Emily had dental work done this week, and so I had something just I don't know. It popped in my head to ask the doctor to run nutritional values. So I found out that her vitamin D and her iron are really low. So I'm trying to find different ways to get her vitamin D in her. It was vitamin D. I said right, Nita? Vitamin D.
What'd you say? I'm
I think
sorry.
I said it was her vitamin D.
Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
right. Yeah, her
Yeah.
vitamin D
Vitamin
and
D.
her iron. Yeah, they were
Iron.
both low.
Yeah.
They were both at 12. So we got to get both of those up. And I started the iron, the ferrous, and then the vitamin D. We have to talk to her doctor because he'll probably give her the prescription one.
Okay. Now she good with taking pills, or you have to get
Oh yeah,
liquids.
yeah. She'll
Oh,
take the pills.
okay.
She'll
That's good.
prefer the pills. Yeah,
That's good.
and of course the food sources are the best. Well, not vitamin D. Vitamin D is the sun, but of course it's
Yeah.
wintertime.
So Dee Dee says, my kids have experienced outside therapy and other people, but it wasn't the way for mine. Okay. My daughter was just pointing and grunting 2 years. Ever since I took over therapy myself here at home, now she says 3 and 4 word phrases. Oh, that's wonderful. You have to do what works for you and your family, right? That's the most important thing. Definitely, Dee Dee. Definitely. And that's really good. That's really good. You're able to work with her. Charles says cod liver oil is an option.
For
Is that for the vitamin D? Go ahead.
oh, uh, Paul says my son is a very picky eater, but he wants to eat all day long. We do fish oil, vitamin D, and multivitamin too. That's good right there. Um,
And Roxy says write things down and take those concerns to not only the teachers, but also the administration. Yes, yes, that will definitely help to get things done, administration. Even if you have to go to the board, things don't get done, take it as high as you can. And yeah, Charles says vitamin D, Linda.
oh, okay, perfect. Okay, thank
Cod,
you, Charles.
cod liver.
That's good to know. Yeah, that's what he said. Paul just said that it helps you absorb vitamin D.
Okay. And
And I know
Victoria,
if you're taking ferrous, which is iron, uh, vitamin C helps you absorb that. So you have to take those two together.
okay. Victoria says makes me feel better since my boy does not get outside therapy either. I kind of thought I was the only ones. Okay.
Uh, yes, my son had blood work done last week, and we're waiting for the results. But I can only imagine what they will say. He gets gummy multivitamins daily, but he sleeps a lot. So I'm guessing his iron is low. We have adult daughter who is anemic, and he's always so tired. Also, that's what made me concerned, Gloria. And Emily used to chew these the gummy vitamins as well. I gave her the women's vitamins, and then I would give her those, and then she was always tired, and her mood is always kind of somber. But low vitamin D and low iron both cause uh, low energy and low mood. So she had like a double whammy of it. But like I said too, vitamin D doesn't really. It comes from food somewhat, but not a whole lot. But the iron, yeah. And then if he's not eating that many dark vegetables or protein, he's probably not getting much vitamin. He probably in your family has anemia in your family.
And Dee Dee says, yes, ma'am. You just have to do what is best for your family. I'm a stay at home mom, and this was our best option.
Okay, so somebody over here asked Dee Dee. I don't know. Somebody said, Dee Dee, what did you do the most?
As far as her
Paul says,
therapy,
Paul asked that.
okay. If you don't document things, it never gets
Good night,
resolved.
Elvira.
People minds get right with documentation. I am fair and give chances, but I'm not afraid to take it to a higher level. Right, exactly. Keep that paper trail. Hi, Roslyn. How are you? Has anyone had success with noise canceling headphones? We use them in crowded, noisy places, but I notice that my child is still agitated. Linda, you use them outside? I don't use
No,
them. Only time
we
I
use the
use them
music
is
one.
okay. Only time I use those or DeAndre, he has a pair he goes to like the Monster Truck Jam or something like that, but he doesn't. He makes a lot of noise himself. Oh my God! But some things you can tell bother him, like some places, because he'll grab his
hmm
ear.
Yeah.
Mhm. Anybody else use noise canceling headphones?
Hi, Georgina.
And Dee Dee says in the answer to who was that? Paul says she
Yeah.
does occupational, speech, physical, and ABA. All right, Power Mama. That's right.
Yeah, she wears her Beats, the over ear headphones with a little bit of music in them.
Oh, okay. You keep it low
Yeah,
to help with.
so she can tune into the music. Yeah,
Okay.
we came home from the gym yesterday, and she was walking all around the house. I don't know, Steve. Did she have music on? She was walking all around the house with them on. I swear the music was off though, but maybe she had the music on. She had them on for hours after that.
And how do they work out for your kids, Dee Dee? Oh, for your daughter. Okay, they work well. Okay, great. Roxy says, yes, my 15-year-old son uses his every day because the screeching of the school bus, oh wow, when it stops and the school bell bothers him. Okay. They helped at the zoo. The headphones. Not noise canceling though, right, Linda?
Mm-mm. No, they're not.
Very well. And hi, Jamie. How are you? Welcome. How long are kids usually in ABA therapy? That's something you would work out with who you are getting ABA from. Just depends on your child's needs and what you agree to. So, and depending on how many hours are allowed for the therapy too.
Um, two things. Gloria says you have all been so helpful. Thank you on all the commenters on these posts. I love this group. Thanks,
Oh, you're
Gloria,
welcome. Thank you
and
for
you're
joining
welcome. Yep,
us.
yep. Thanks for being a part of it. And Paul says she took over her therapy. What did she do?
She. Oh, did she? Oh, does he mean did she take any classes or something? Because she said occupational, speech, physical, and ABA. So, what did you do, Dee Dee? Did you have to take your own classes? Oh, I'm sure you looked up some things, maybe. Yeah, Lorianda, I got one of those loud ones too. He just calmed down not too long ago. I better knock on wood before he starts back up. Hey, Danielle. I use them at church for my two. Okay. Gloria, oh, thank yeah, wasn't that sweet?
Gloria says we use the headphones from the hunting section. They mute, but you can still hear. I don't know if there are any that completely block out sound. You know, like hunting ones, you know, like when you're shooting.
Hmm. Or yeah, we have those at the plant, but they work real good. The
Mm-hmm.
without the music ones, they're just over
Mm-hmm.
the head
Yeah.
earphones. They work excellent,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you don't want to be bothered with your coworkers, huh? What you say?
I can't hear.
Hmm. Hey, Melinda. Hello, how are you? Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. What did I just? Okay. Danielle says, hello. We tried ABA 3 times with 3 different agencies. It has not worked for us. His behaviors have worsened. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, sometimes
Paul.
it may
Okay.
take a um we were saying earlier that a good match usually, but if you've tried 3 times, then I don't know, maybe the
For
agencies for
for
ABA.
ABA?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've had to switch. I stopped ABA because, like, I've switched companies before. They tried to put me back when I restarted ABA this time, and they tried to put me back with the same company, and I told them no. They found me another company. I waited, got another company, and I like this one. But sometimes you just have to know, and just put your foot down. No, I won't go through that company. I want a different one.
And Dee Dee, the answer to Paul, I think that was Linda, to his
Yeah.
question,
Mhm.
she says, I looked things up, I did take classes, and I also sat in on therapy sessions with both kids. All the tools they use are available to the public. Okay, awesome. Yeah, and that's true. I know here the public school system, they do offer classes like ABA that you can go into, like workshops, different type of workshops that you can go into for certain things. Even for school, for parents who aren't familiar with their rights with IEPs, they have workshops for that, and all of this is free through here in Detroit, through the school system. So yeah, that's awesome.
Paul says thanks, Dee Dee. And Paul, I was going to say that my son won't wear Paul says my son won't wear headphones, hat, gloves. He just now starting to use a blanket, and he's 6. Um, Paul, with the article that you're talking about the restraints not being used correctly in a school, if you want to post that, don't put the link unless it's Friday, but copy and paste it or screenshot it and put it into the group.
What are your thoughts? This is Jamie. What are your thoughts after a child graduates ABA? Does a child usually go back to old behaviors? Oh, I'm not sure about that because we are actively doing ABA, but that would be something for someone who has done a graduation from
Mm-hmm.
ABA. Says my son has ABA. He does well during the session, but I don't think he has enough hours. If you don't feel, he has enough hours,
Mm-hmm.
check with your insurance company and see how many
Yeah.
hours they pay for. If
And
you're
who ordered his hours?
Yeah, and if you're getting it
Yeah.
through the school,
Mm-hmm.
see what they can do.
Yeah. Like if it's ordered from your medical, like from your doctor, talk to your doctor about it and see if he won't prescribe more. Um, yeah.
Hey, Veronica. Hey, you. Do you have your
Uh,
calendar? Because I need a picture. Did you get your calendar yet? If you have your calendar, please post the picture for me. Please, 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 please.
Steve says, after the first ABA, I know why people might have problems with it. But like Linda said, the new ABA company is really good. Yeah, it was, and like I said, it wasn't ABA practices; it was the business practices. It just was very disorganized. They had people coming and going. It wasn't like, oh, this ABA tech fits with Emily. It was, we have an ABA tech. We're going to put this one here. This one's available. It wasn't any more than that. And I didn't like that. This one right here is so organized. They write down every single thing. Everything is recorded and everything is graphed. And we have to even write down and break down every single meltdown. And then like, so if she did this, we have to break it down, even like everything into subgroups. Yeah, it's this company
Yeah,
is
I,
really, really
I
good.
like that too. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my PT supervisor, she comes once every 2 weeks and sits with me. And then,
Mm-hmm.
because they carry the little laptops, so we go through
Mm-hmm.
the charts of what
Mm-hmm.
he's
Yeah.
progressing in and what he's still having. And I like that too. I
Yeah.
like being able to keep up with what's going on. And how,
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah,
and
I
when
like.
he
Yeah, I
has
like.
meltdowns and tantrums and how often,
Hmm.
sleep
Yeah,
problems.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, Let me see, who was this? Tiffany says my son is a 504, but some people tell me the IEP is better for him. What do you think? I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
know.
IEP is the law. They
Yeah,
have to follow it.
that's what
504, they don't have to too
that's what
much,
I was
right?
gonna say. I didn't know that you really had a choice. And if you had a choice, I would think that you would pick the IEP.
Okay, Veronica, I'm about to call you Victoria. Okay, thank you.
Oh, I forgot what Gloria had said. Gloria said, "Yes, ma'am." When you were talking about your headphones, and then I guess the hunting headphones. She said, "My son won't wear head." Oh no, she said, "Yes, ma'am. That's the headphones I'm talking about." Funny. She said, "Maybe I should borrow my son's headphones once in a while."
Mm. And Melinda says they only pay for the hours he's getting. I've asked the Easter Seals psychologist. They're only paying. Can you request the
Who brought in Easter
psychologist?
silk?
Right.
Yes. Who? Like I know my medical brought in Easter silks. Who brought in Easter silks for him?
Yeah, you
Um,
definitely have to shop around. Two slices. Yep, IEP trumps 504. Um,
she said, "I wish all schools help parents like that. They try to keep us in the dark about IUPs and such." Paul says, "I agree with Dee Dee. I basically pay attention to therapists, read up as much as I do and do things at home. I was wondering if Dee Dee did something specifically worked to help her baby talk."
uh, so he does
Uh,
speech therapy. I guess you could take a workshop, huh, Dee Dee?
and
Oh, here
oh,
she goes. The
um,
insurance company,
what was that about the insurance company?
Easter Seals. The insurance Easter Seals brought in the TTI for ABA.
The insurance, they brought in Easter cells, right? That brought in the TTI for ABA, right?
Hmm.
Because I said who brought in Easter cells. The insurance brought in Easter cells. Who told the insurance to bring in Easter cells? Whoever told insurance to bring in Easter cells, whether it was your pediatrician, your psychiatrist, psychologist, or neurologist, that's who would order more hours,
Yeah,
even a
because
therapist.
this last evaluation I had and one before, they are the ones. They have a special form. Forget the approved
Mm-hmm.
evaluation center form. It's the AAEC form, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
special form that they send out to the ABA centers and the insurance company, which is recommended hours. So for me, it was the psychologist that did the evaluation,
Mm-hmm.
put on the recommended hours, and the insurance company goes by the psychologist's recommendation.
Yeah, it's like a prescription.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yep, yep,
exactly. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
And that insurance is going to pay. Yeah. Because
Hmm.
I get that bill every month and my insurance is paying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
down the
Mm.
road. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got a $25 copay though. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And I don't, only because I don't have copays, but yeah. It's yeah.
yeah,
Um
that adds up.
let me see. Who said this? Somebody said Berkeley, California. Oh, Berkeley, California near us. Okay, I'm in Berkeley, California. Anyone near us? I'm in Northern California.
Oh, God bless you too, Dee Dee. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. So, yes, my son will never go to college. He does not have the cognitive. Oh, that's true too. Um, Jamie, how many hours are you guys getting of ABA? How many? Well, he's allowed 30 hours now, up to 30 hours, but we don't do that many. Um, Roxy said,
And I can't remember what Emily gets.
Roxy says, "Oh yes, it is your right to ask for an IEP because you feel a 504 is not good enough for your child. Again, write down all your concerns and ask for a meeting with teachers, administrators, and any other person who will be involved in writing IEP. Lord, IEP for your child. I even include my children's bus drivers. You too, Roxy? I do that too.
Yeah.
Anybody that has a hand should be on any meeting concerning your child. An IEP, if they get transportation
Hmm.
people should be there because they have to deal with your
Every
child.
little instruction, yeah.
Gym teacher,
Hmm.
science, anybody who has some kind of
Hmm.
interaction with your child.
Yeah. Uh,
You
the
can even
child.
you can even bring your homies off the street to that meeting.
This kid has is diagnosed with autism, right?
The one that's asking for the IEP.
Hmm.
That was you read that. I don't know
So
who that
wait, no,
was.
she just said, is it better to have a 504 or a IEP? So Tiffany, is it okay? So I thought you guys had a different one over here. Okay, so you're asking, but do you? So okay, wait. Okay, so now I'm getting confused. So now somebody else says that you can have both
Oh,
in
really?
some states. Yeah. Okay. So
How?
yeah. So now I thought Roxy and you were talking about a different one too. Then I thought she was. Okay. So yeah.
Wait
So
a minute.
somebody also says you can have both.
How can you have
Okay,
both?
she said in some states you can have both. Somebody says you can have both in some states. So now Roxy is actually referring to Tiffany, and you guys are actually referring to Tiffany as well.
Hmm.
Even though Tiffany, okay, now right here on this one, okay, so, okay, now Tiffany, is he diagnosed with autism?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that
He's
would be the
got like a
question.
clear diagnosis. Because if he has a clear diagnosis, he
He
should have an IEP.
right, exactly.
And
If
then
he
I
has
know
the
that,
document, that piece of paper that says
yeah, hmm, yeah,
he's been diagnosed with autism, whatever level,
hmm,
he qualifies for an IEP.
exactly. It shouldn't even be an issue of which one, because an IEP supersedes the 504. It'll
Right.
cover that and more.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, how can you have both? I can
Yeah, that's
see,
right.
yeah,
Hmm.
that doesn't make
Yeah,
sense. It wouldn't make sense to have both because if you have the
yeah,
IEP, what would you need a 504 for?
yeah.
Mhm. Melinda says, I've asked but was told that he doesn't need them. The CMH does his ADOS. He doesn't need them. What, the hours? Is that what you're talking about, Melinda? Oh, he gets 12 hours. 12 hours of ABA. Yeah, it would be up to them. They're probably going by what they feel. I'm not sure about that, but I would ask again. And maybe, is he getting home or she? I'm sorry, I missed. Oh, he. Okay, is he getting home therapy or both home and school? That may be a reason if he's just getting it in school. Danielle says, my son was nonverbal. We did speech, play project with Easter seals. No, he is never silent. It was worth the cost. Yeah. My son just started talking. Well, he's saying words more and more each day since we've been in therapy. And see, here's the thing: a lot of people are saying they don't agree with ABA therapy or have, whatever problems. Me, I did not like the play project. We tried it. For me, it was at that time, it was things we were already doing. Floor time, and then they would videotape us, and then we sit there and go over what we could do. But I would always like, okay, we do this already. I mean, we play. I didn't get it, I guess. And I see a lot of people that it worked for, but I just didn't get it. Even with his early intervention, they started out with the play therapy and a mixture of the ABA together. I just didn't get it. But now maybe, I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. But that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Yes, include transport. Yep, yep. Put it on paper. Yeah, see, I learned that a couple years ago because I had issues with the transportation. And see, I didn't know that I could request them to be in that meeting. But when I had issues with my son and his bus, um, you know, they tried to give me the runaround, but I was like, oh no, we're not having this meeting until everybody can be in these seats. So they finally now, every IEP, they are there because everybody's on the list. Let's
Okay.
see. Yep. Oh, you heard me about your homies, Veronica. Yep, that's true.
Okay.
Oh,
So
go ahead.
Okay, so on that note, what I used to do with Emily was when I had to have her being pottied, I would tell them that she needed toilet assistance, even though she was potty trained. I did that for years. I said she needs somebody to go to the bathroom with her because she needed adjustment with her clothes. She might come out of the bathroom. The bathroom used to be in the classroom. She would come out of the bathroom with because maybe once or twice they told me she came back out of the bathroom with her pants pulled down. Well, if the IEP said in writing that I put it in there that you are supposed to be in there with her, how did she do that? You let her come out the bathroom before you with that? No, you weren't in there. So I said it every single time I did the IEP, somebody's supposed to be in there. So, that's when I would question, okay, who was in there with her, you know? But I made sure I would put it in the IEP, but that's when I would question, like, remember, it's in the IEP, somebody's supposed to be in there with her. But you got to go down to the little details of everything you want them to do so that it's in that record.
Yeah. And I would
Um,
suggest to all parents, if you have an opportunity, if your school district offers these workshops, go. If they have the workshops available to you about um, IEPs and the laws and your rights and your child's rights, and it's free, go, go. Learn everything you can about your legal rights and that piece of paper.
yep. Okay. Now,
Um, oh,
the 504 and the IEP. Okay,
mm,
so right here it talks about the key takeaways of 504 plan. The 504 plan is designed to help kids with disabilities learn alongside their peers. 504 plan isn't the same as an IEP. There are fewer safeguards in the 504 plan process than in the IEP plan process. Um, so it's important to be proactive. And then it also has legal rights under 504 plans. And then it talks about what if they want you to switch, what if the school district wants you to switch from an IEP to 504 plan and how to protect your child's rights. So it's educational as well, but it's different. And like
yeah.
it said, the takeaways was it had less
Now,
safeguards
see,
than an
you
IEP.
just read that, and what I'm thinking, if your child
Mm-hmm,
has an IEP and they're trying to get you away from the IEP, then
mm-hmm,
they'll have every right to say, "Oh, we can't do this." We can't, if you
Yeah,
allow that, we can't do this. We can't do this. And you would only have so many rights to that. Whereas if you
exactly.
stick with the IEP, you have a
You,
fight.
yeah, yeah, they can't change it. It's upheld in court. I mean, it's a recorded meeting. It's documented. Everything word for word. Everything is legal. It also says the 504 plan includes accommodations like so taking changes in the environment for test taking, changes in instruction for key concepts during the testing, changes to how the curriculum is presented. So different things like that. That's the 504 plan. So it breaks down and how to get the 504 plan. So it breaks down the legal rights under the 504 plan. Um, so it's kind of the same, but it's different than an IEP because the IEP goes into goals and it goes into way more than that. You can go into like directions, like this is what my child needs and specifics. It'll even go into minutes and hours of specific services that will be provided to your child and brought in services, occupational therapy, speech services. So it's an individual education plan, whereas this 504 is going to be, your child's going to be accommodated to learn in the peers setting, whereas the individual education plan is what an IEP is.
I had to warm up, my coffee got cold. So Rosalind says, I'm trying to get my son in an ABA center, but they only have morning hours available and we need afternoon hours. So we're on a waiting list. Oh. Um, are you able to go try another center? And Danielle says, I bring everyone to the IEP, all therapists. Okay, very good. And you can't, yeah, I didn't think that you could have both. Make your face known in the school. Yep. Be proactive. Exactly. He is now doing VLAC, VLAC through the school district. What is VLAC? You know what that is, Linda? I'm not familiar with that.
Where is it?
VLAC.
Where is it out on there? It's on the main one.
Mm-hmm. I put it up on the screen. It's on the screen.
Yeah, I was looking at the other. I haven't
Oh.
seen those. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
What is VLAC, Melinda?
Um, it is not mandatory to sign anything you feel completely uncomfortable and agree 100% on what is talked about during the IEP. Yeah, they have to keep amending it until you're okay. It's not an IEP. It's not a completed IEP until it's not a go until you agree with it.
Yep.
You do not have a plan.
Do not sign anything. If you're sitting there and they're talking to you and they're saying, okay, we got it all together, here you go, and you're not comfortable, open your mouth. I'm not going to sign this.
You are part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them let you believe that they are the team. You are part of the team, and it's not a complete plan until you've signed off on it.
Right.
It's
virtual learning, Linda. Virtual learning.
Oh, where? Oh, that's what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to get. I got so many over here.
Okay.
Virtual learning. What was the question? Virtual learning.
Oh, she just mentioned he is now doing VLAC through the school district. So he's doing.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
And you know Charles has to be funny. He says Variable Life Assurance Company. Charles is something else, Mr. Charles.
Do you have a list of any social skills groups? No, you might be able to get those from your From your school may have uh, some of your ABA therapists may have some, occupational therapists. Uh, Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on these. Oh, I always think the main aspect of ABA is pushing them just a tiny bit out of the kiddo's comfort zone. Like my son's nonverbal, so if he wants something, I make him make a sound for the first letter of the word. That's what we used to do with Emily.
Florida has a wait list for everything. It's all about the funding. Yep, unfortunately. Yeah, if funding is everywhere. It's always an issue. Well, welcome from Turkey, Alper to Kelp. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. Welcome.
Our city has private school for children with disabilities, and if we get an IEP from our school, our kids get a private school. So now it takes a real fight to get an IEP, but they're handing out 504s left and right. That makes because they don't want to lose the funding of that child. They want to keep that kid in their
With that
school and keep the
district.
funding.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have those too. We have the spectrum schools here.
Yeah, we have one out in Novi, a little ways from us, Autism Alliance. No, not Alliance. Autism is it of Michigan? One of those. They have a autism, and they also have one in Garden City, a private school. I can't remember the name of it for autism, but we do have the district has schools just for the special needs. Well, they call them now the exceptional students, but it's a mixture, not just for autism, but a mixture of you know all
Mm-hmm.
types of disabilities. But that's in the district. But the ones outside the district are just autism. But they do, yeah, they do have to pay for it, don't they? If they go to the private schools.
If you go to the private school and you go for that, the funding from the public school that got taken away will go to that private school. Here, anyways, it will.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
our district, it will.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
they'll
here.
have to pay for it. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That's why they don't want you to leave because that funding will go to that school. Mm-hmm.
Mine did not get his Medicaid waiver services until he turned 20 years old. I was on the wait. Wow, 18 years. Florida has always had a wait list for everything. I am so blessed. Oh, yeah, you moved. There's hope, but it's a long wait. Yeah. Our district still gets the credit if using DLAC. Okay.
Because it's the same school district with the same kind of like homeschool kind of thing that they run. We have the same kind of things.
Okay, everybody, we're going to slow it down a little bit. If anybody wants to join us live for these last few minutes, click on that link I just shared with you in the chat area. Let's see. I think I did
Yeah,
anyway.
that's exactly what Gloria said. Not only do they lose the funds, they have to for the child who attends, they have to pay the extra to that private school.
Okay. See, they don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Which makes it so bad because then it just really goes to show it's not about the child, it's about the funds.
It's about funding. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, because I told you when we went up to the school for this for the little presentation this past week, I was telling them that I had the outside service and I still had to pay copay. And we were talking in a class, about how Detroit is so tight with certain number of hours, even though your child
Mm-hmm.
needs them. And I
Yeah.
was telling her, so we had that backup, and I was telling her about the ABA. We do the ABA through Centria, but I still have a
Mm-hmm.
copay. She said, "Oh, you got a copay? Come here, let me talk to you. You can get that copay refunded back to you." I said, "Oh, really?" So my eyes got big. Really? So yeah, I'm going for that. I am going for that. You don't see it, Charles? It's in
Let
there.
me go get. Let me come get the link too. Can you text me the link? Message me the link, Nita,
Okay.
so I can paste it into my party.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Okay.
You too, Roxy. Thank you for joining us this
Thanks,
evening.
Roxy.
Let's see. Okay, I just pinned it. I just pinned the link. Anybody's welcome if you want to join us online live. Come on, Lorienda. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Click on the link.
Let me see if this works. Though, did it? Oh, you know what? I don't think. Oh, yeah, I think it did work. Okay. Okay, you guys. There's the link. Let's see if that works. If you guys try it.
And we appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. Let's see.
Hey, Mark.
There's Mark. Hey, Mark.
Mark's been quiet. I mean, he was.
Yeah, you sure have, Mark. I only heard think once earlier. Uh, Anybody else want to join us? How are you, Mark? You all right this evening? Or what is it? Is it evening or morning?
It's late, early morning, actually.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? I don't know if you guys try to use my link. Is it working?
If you want to join us, feel free. Let's see. I hear a click. Who is this?
Oh, that's somebody from mine.
Oh, that's from you.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi. Super Queen.
Don't move my hand. Hi.
Hey, Melinda.
Melinda. Hey.
Hi.
We have room for one more if anyone wants to join us. How
Hi,
are you
Melinda.
guys?
Hi, Nita.
Feel free.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Mark. This is Orisha.
Hey.
Hi,
Hi.
Larisha.
Hi, Arisha.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, that's somebody from mine.
Hi.
Oh, that's for you.
Hi.
Hi, Mark.
Hey. Hi.
Super Queen.
I'm so glad you guys put this together.
And we're glad you joined us. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Linda. Hi, Mark. This is Orisha.
Hi. Hi, Arisha. Hi. She looks so shy.
I'm so
Okay, I'm
glad.
getting feedback. We're glad you joined us. Thank you.
Oh, they don't have headphones, them too.
Oh, okay. Can someone turn that volume down a little bit? I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Hi, Arisha. Hi, she looks so shy.
Okay, I'm getting feedback.
It's a lot of feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
She just now heard that.
No, we don't have
Okay.
headphones.
Can someone turn that volume down a little bit? Okay, that's better. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Roxy's
Good.
still here.
Roxy, come on in, Roxy.
Come on, Roxy.
Come on, we have room for one more.
Veronica, come on. And Victoria, I haven't seen Victoria forever.
We like to do this at the end of each session, and I want to tell you guys, I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining us. Without you, this wouldn't happen. So, welcome.
Gloria and Tammy and Jose, all say hi, everybody. They're all saying hi.
Did Roxy say she's coming in?
I don't know. I don't see Roxy though. Roxy, and she just said this. And Victoria and Veronica.
Victoria says, I like hiding.
You can hide right on here.
Right. So how are you guys doing, Melinda and Goddess
I'm
Mother?
good.
And Pam. Okay.
Sleep? I didn't hear that.
Wait, who was that, Nita?
Which one? I didn't hear. I'm getting the feedback.
You can
That's
hide right
probably
on
that
here.
was me. Right. So how are you guys doing?
Nita, who was talking?
Yeah, well.
Oh, she said we're well. Okay. I didn't hear that. Goddess Mother said we're well. And Melinda, I'm still getting a little feedback. I don't know.
I've got it turned down all the way.
Go
Okay.
wash your hands and come back.
That's
Go
Rob.
wash your hands and come back.
Oh, Roxy's is an opening.
Wash your hands and come back.
Text it to her,
I'm
Nita.
getting okay, Roxy. I'm about to send it in your inbox. Hold on. Here we go. Roxy. Okay, it got quiet in here all of a sudden.
No, I was just saying, my son only gets 12 hours a week. The county claims that he doesn't need any more than that, per his ADOS. But also the comment about the insurance, Oakland County pays for his mental health. If anybody's having problems with coverage, they might want to check with their county. No, I was just saying, my son only gets 12 hours a week. The county claims that he doesn't need any more than that, for his ADOS. But also the comment about the insurance, Oakland County pays for his mental health.
Okay, see, I'm getting double talk. I'm sorry. That's what I was trying to listen to. Hey, Lorienda. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Are you getting double talk too, you guys? Okay.
Yep, I'm saying that again. Double talk.
So, Lorienda, say something.
Hi guys. Can
Hi.
y'all hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, this, this is my first time doing this.
I thought we were going to hear it
This-
one more time.
This is my first time doing this.
Okay. Yeah, we still. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll. I don't know how the feedback is going, but we'll figure it out one of these days. We're just gonna spend a couple minutes on here. Mm. Linda, you want to add anything? Night session.
No, because I don't want to hear myself twice. I'm trying to avoid that.
He is double talk.
We're gonna figure this out. Maybe the next time it'll be better. But we're gonna log out because this double talk is. But I appreciate each and every one of you, and hopefully we'll have you guys on for a Focus Live soon. Lorienda, you owe me one.
I heard you twice.
Hear what
Okay.
Mark said.
What do you say? Oh,
Nice to
Mark
hear you
owes
twice.
me one too.
Bye, guys.
Mhm.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you guys for joining us, and nice to meet
Hi.
everybody who's here for the
How
first
are
time.
you?
Thanks, guys.
Right.
Y'all take
Thank
care.
you
We'll
for
see you
joining
later.
us. All right. Thank you.
Okay. See everybody next week.
Right.
Bye.
Okay. That's better. That's better. Hi.
Hi. Here's my Brandon.
Hi,
He's turning
Brandon.
his
How
SpongeBob.
are you? You okay, Brandon?
I'm good.
Good. That's great. That's great. That's wonderful. You
You
gonna
like
come
it?
on and do a focus live with your mom?
Yes.
All right.
What are you
Forward to
watching?
Huh?
What are you watching?
Tell him.
Um, 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 I'm, I'm trying to figure it out.
You're watching
Oh,
SpongeBob.
okay.
Um, no,
You were watching SpongeBob.
um, I, I decided I don't want to watch SpongeBob.
Oh, okay. Tell him
You
what you
changed your mind?
tell him what you were watching.
Roxy and Veronica said hi, Brandon.
Star Wars.
And Gloria. Star Wars?
Yes.
Hey, Brandon. Gloria, Roxy, and Veronica all said hi, Brandon.
Oh, hi.
Ha
Hi,
ha
Brandon.
hi.
Make you
Yes.
He's loving this.
All right.
And then he see two beautiful women on this screen.
Oh.
And a nice gentleman.
Two gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everybody.
Now.
Okay, too.
Hi. Hi,
Hey,
Charles.
Mr. Charles.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi.
Charles.
Gloria.
A little problem. My phone was going to Firefox instead of Chrome. That's why I wasn't able to get in.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Hey, Brandon. Gloria says she loves SpongeBob too. She loves
Ooh.
SpongeBob.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Roxy says that Brandon, you're so handsome.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it. He knows it.
And then Veronica says hi, Charles.
Yeah, hello. Hi,
What do you say?
Veronica.
What do you say?
They're saying hi to Charles. Say hi, Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Hi,
Brandon.
I'm sorry. What's your name? I can't see it. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Charles.
Aw.
Nita, and that's Linda. Can you say hi to them too?
Hi, Nita. Hi, Lynn.
How
Hi,
are you?
Hi,
Hi.
Brandon.
Hi, Machado family.
How old are you, Brandon? Oh, I should have brought Emily down here.
22.
Okay.
22.
Okay. 22. All right.
Hey,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Charles, I should have brought Emily down here.
8.
Come on in, Roxy.
oh yeah.
Come on.
Come on, Roxy.
That are online.
Next month is my birthday.
All
In
right.
January.
All right.
Okay.
My daughter's birthday is in January. Her birthday is January the 8th.
Isn't that yours?
And Emily's is January the 5th.
Is it? Is it?
It's
Yeah.
Is that his birthday? Is that his birthday?
Yeah, January 5th.
Me too.
So we got to celebrate, Brandon. We got to really celebrate.
He got
This is the eighth too?
excited.
This is the eighth?
Birthday twin.
Yes.
You messaged, you sent her you sent Roxy the thing on
Yeah.
the messenger?
Yep. Did you go through Messenger, Roxy? We don't want any excuses. Get on here.
But I was about to say, I'm about to send it to her.
Yeah, send it to her. Send it to her. We want Roxy on here before we log off. We're just acting silly, Brandon.
Yes.
Hey, I figured out something else. The discussion of IEP and 504, can you have both? If I equals 5, E equals 9, and P equals 11, then IEP plus 504 equals 900.
Oh my goodness.
Charles, if you say so, because none of us can
I believe you.
Yeah, we'll just say.
I believe you.
Hey, come right here.
Emily, is
Charles
that
said
Emily?
hi. Yes, she's right here.
Aww. That's
Hey,
Linda's daughter.
Hey, you gotta get down. You gotta get down right here. Look,
That's Linda's daughter.
look, Emily. Look, you say hi. Look, you see Brandon. You see Brother Charles.
Hi, Emily.
Hi,
And you see
hi,
Mr. Mark.
Emily.
Hi,
You see Miss
Emily.
Nita.
Emily.
Look, Miss Lorena. Yeah. See. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, Emily.
Look, right here.
Hi.
Okay, let me see how do I get back on here. Oh, right here. Okay, here we go. And then we're waiting for Roxy to come on. Okay, Roxy, I sent it to you. See, and
Nina,
Brandon
go
like
get
SpongeBob. He
DeAndre.
just got done watching SpongeBob. He just
DeAndre.
turned off his SpongeBob. See,
I'm sorry.
he's 22. He just turned off his SpongeBob.
Hi, Roxy.
That's what he was doing. See, we're waiting for Roxy to come on.
You're gonna see DeAndre.
Yeah.
That's Linda's Emily's daughter. DeAndre is
And
Nita's
Veronica
son.
said, "Hi, beautiful girl, Emily." Hi, beautiful girl, Emily. That's what she said to you. That's what Veronica said to you.
Emily is so pretty.
She said, "Emily is so pretty." Say thank you.
Yeah.
Say thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
She said, "You're welcome, honey."
Welcome, Emily.
Where's he at?
I said, "Hi, Emily."
Hi. Here, DeAndre.
Oh, DeAndre's coming.
Come
Yeah,
here.
she's calling him.
Let me see you. What you doing?
Look, DeAndre's coming. He just he's getting ready to watch Star Wars. She said he's watching SpongeBob. He said, "No, I'm not." He said, "I'm watching Star Wars now," because he was.
Hey, DeAndre.
Hi, DeAndre.
DeAndre, look.
Hi, DeAndre.
Say hi, Brandon.
Brandon said, "Hi, DeAndre."
Say hi, Emily. Say
He's
hi,
watching
Miss
the video game.
Charles.
Look at Emily.
Hi,
Say hi,
Look,
Miss Linda.
she's in awe. Look.
Say hi, Mr. Mark.
Hi, DeAndre.
Hi.
Aww.
Say bye-bye.
He's done, ain't he?
Linda was the copper.
Go on.
He's like, okay, bye
Right.
bye.
That's it. I done
Hey,
did
Mark,
my
is Jamie? Oh, he's asleep, huh?
It's late. It's late.
I
Yeah,
think Mark.
she's
Yeah, I
late,
think
Emily.
Jamie's sleeping. Yeah. Oh, Emily. Gloria says, "Hi, Emily. It's great to
Somebody
see you."
wants
Yeah, she said it's great to
hi.
see you.
So, bye bye. You're going.
Here's your birthday.
Bye.
Here's your
Okay.
birthday
Okay.
twin.
Oh, look right here.
Brandon's
let's get ready to
birthday
go.
is the same as yours.
Hi, Ari.
Oh,
Hi.
Happy birthday.
Okay, guys.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
bye.
I guess not.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Brandon.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good
Enjoy
night.
your movie.
Good night.
Good
Yeah, I
night.
guess we're not gonna get Roxy.
Thank you
Okay,
all.
see you later. Have a
Bye.
good night, everybody. Good night.
Chief.
Bye.
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 Bye. Good night. Good night, Mark. Good night, Charles.
Good night, Mr.
Good night,
Charles.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, Mark.
Good night.
See you guys
Good
later.
night, everyone.
Good night.
See you later.